Lewis Show. It's an open line hour. Whatever you'd like to chat about. 989-752-6111 puts you in touch with us. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about this hour, but we've got caller waiting, so we'll go to our phones, as is the custom, because that's what it's all about. And this is Scott in Saginaw. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, morning. All right. I'll start with you just had a caller who was very concerned that John Bolton lost his security detail. But that same caller wasn't concerned when they were going to strip Trump of his security detail.
Yeah.
So just kind of throwing that out there. But I wanted to talk about some more of the nonviolence from the left. We have a Democrat judge who assaulted another ICE agent with a Subway sandwich. That Democrat judge lost his job. We have another Democrat judge down in Florida trying to release all the illegals from the detention center. Our own Democrat governor, as we all know, is refusing to give some of her citizens a voice. We have other Democrats in San Francisco beating up and injuring and attacking our ICE agents once again. And then we have Governor Newsom. He's calling to burn down and punch people in the mouth.
You know what? I don't listen to anything he says. I find that something about that man that just rubs me wrong.
Yeah, but people do listen, and that's why so many people are being attacked.
Some do.
And then here's I think kind of my favorite one here. We have these Democrats over here in Washington, D.C. going absolutely berserk because Donald Trump sent in about 1,500 National Guardsmen to help protect the American citizen, and these people are going nuts. But if we look back to 2021, how many did Joe Biden have? 25,000 National Guardsmen protecting him. Isn't that something? They don't want 1,500 of them protecting the U.S. citizen, but boy, they'll call up 25,000 to surround the Capitol building and protect themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's what I'm saying. They're just hypocrites. They're all about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm just kind of beside myself with this party these days. Art, like I said, they're calling for violence all over.
You have been for some time. Nothing new there, Scott.
Well, but it's really starting to come up. I mean, every time you turn around, these Democrats are attacking something else. I mean, you have them tell us, well, Donald Trump's a threat to our democracy because he's following the law. Well, so now the new ploy of the Democrat Party seems like go commit a crime and then turn around and start criticizing Donald Trump. And if the Justice Department goes after you because of the crime you committed, just say it's politically motivated.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing because all these people, Letitia James, probably Bolton, all these people were doing some corrupt things behind the scenes, and now they're getting called out. And the Democrats go, well, you can't look at somebody who called Trump out. That's just, it's just sad. Art.
Yeah.
It's just really sad. And I'm scared for our country because these Democrats are becoming very violent. I'm afraid to go anywhere, to be honest with you.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Scott. I'm not as scared for the country. This country's been through worse, and it's resilient, and it does tend to correct itself. It takes time, but over the history of this country, it's had to go through it time and time again. So I'm a little more optimistic about the country, but I understand the problems you bring up because they are valid.
Well, I mean, just like Karine Bowden yesterday or Saturday morning was on your station, and I didn't listen for long because I couldn't stomach what he was spitting out. But he said basically, and he was on there with Jonathan. He said Donald Trump is a racist. He's taken all these federal jobs from black people because these black people were placed in there to be a watchdog against racists like Donald Trump. And so what Trump's trying to do is bring the states back to saying yes a massa, no a massa. And I can't believe that man said that. Now I know why he lost his pastoral license, but that's hate speech. If that man actually believes that, and he's on your show, not your show, but on your station, spewing that's hate speech, Art. We're not going back to slavery. We've moved away from slavery.
All right, good enough.
Bye.
Thanks, Scott. Bye-bye now. And, listen, he's got a right to say it. It's his show. And the same way that I have a right to say what I want in my show. And you have a right to listen or not listen. It's the way it is. Here is Gene in Bay City. Gene, good morning.
Good morning. Well, I got personal gripes this morning.
Personal gripes? Oh.
Nah, and then I'll have some political if I got time. There's a lot of retired people live in Bay City. And, you know, these great big, heavy trash containers. Now, the city wants to fine people $200 if their trash container isn't back where it belongs by 8 o'clock the next morning. You know, us senior citizens, it's not easy to push those big containers. And myself, I have to ask a friend to come over and put my trash out and then come back the next day and put it back. But the idea of fining people $200, you know, when it's really not their fault. You know what I'm saying? They need to have more consideration and more understanding that older people can't always do things perfectly.
Yeah. Well, you see, Gene, this is the mistake you made. You should have kept 2 of your miniature ponies, put a harness on them so they could move it.
I still, money is tight, but I still have a couple.
Oh, good.
You know, I'm afraid to say it's like an addiction. It's really, really hard to give up.
There are worse.
It's just like if you love your dog and somebody told you you can't have a dog anymore, you know how you would feel about that.
Exactly.
My other personal things, you know, I need my chocolate, like you were talking about. And the other thing is the coffee situation. Because the president seems to have a really bad feeling about the people that got elected in Brazil, they have this extremely high tariff. Now, what's going to make coffee go way up? You know,
whoa. Understand this, though. Brazil is not the only coffee-producing nation.
It's one of the big ones, though.
It's one of the big ones, but we could get along without it if we had to.
The thing, though, personal feelings shouldn't be involved in decisions like that. Anyway, what I really called up about, the veterans hospitals have a shortage of mental health people. And, of course, we don't have the facilities that we should, where there should be a lot of people that are having mental health problems where they should be. We don't have the buildings or the personnel.
Or the beds.
And the same with the homeless shelters and everything. When I watched in Washington where they're picking up all these homeless people, a lot of those men are veterans that have mental problems because they served in a war.
Well, let me just say this. What you say is true, but it's not just veterans. We have a mental health crisis in that we do not have enough mental health professionals. We do not have enough mental health beds. We do not have enough mental health services. And it's a problem that needs to be addressed.
Well, when somebody asks the president, what are you doing with these homeless people that you pick up? He said they're going far away. Well, then the press lady there, she said, well, they're going to homeless shelters and stuff, and anybody that knows anything knows there aren't enough places to put these people. I just hope veterans aren't ending up in jail.
Well,
or ending up.
I'm gonna have to leave you here for time, but here's the thing. Understand that you could have a homeless shelter, and you could have a bunch of homeless people who won't go to it. They choose to stay on the street.
That's because they have
So-
mental health problems, and that's why we've got
yes.
to do something better about mental health.
All right,
and
Gene, gotta run.
especially our veterans. We need to be taking better care of our veterans.
Always.
Thanks for listening.
All right, Gene. Bye-bye now. Take a break.
Bye.
Line's open for you. 989-752-6111.
Gotta go.
We're on the Art Lewis Show, and lines are open for you, 989-752-6111, whatever you'd like to talk about. You might have heard in the news at the top of the hour, Michael was talking about online gaming, down 6 or 7%, something like that. And we haven't talked about it in a while, but we have talked about it before. Gambling is everywhere. You can't watch television without seeing an online sportsbook ad. The casinos are everywhere. The lottery is everywhere and growing. And how much is too much? And I don't know the answer to that. It's just a question. But what I am curious about is how you use it, or do you use it? What's been your experience with, for example, online sports betting, if you've done it? And which one do you do it with? There's FanDuel, there's MGM, there's a host of them. Do you go to the casinos? Do you play the lottery online or at a retailer? Or do you do none of it? I'm curious. I just, I'm not going to ask you how much you gamble or anything like that. I'm just curious as to which of all of these opportunities we're faced with on a day-to-day basis do you actually participate in? For me, occasionally, I'll play the lottery if I feel like it. Not a lot. A couple of bucks and I'm done. If I do not go out of my way to go to a casino. But if I am there for some reason, working or otherwise, and I have a few minutes, I'll put a few bucks in the machine just to see what happens. But I'm self-limiting. By that I mean I go in with X number of disposable dollars, and that's it. When it's gone, it's gone. If I win, fine. But I'm also smart enough to know that if I win and I stand in that machine long enough, I'm going to give it all back. So I don't. Usually if I win, I cash out and I walk away, even if it's a few bucks. You know, I had my fun. Didn't cost me anything. But I don't go out of my way to go. And I don't do sportsbook. It's not that I'm against gambling or against anybody doing sportsbook. The reason I don't do online sportsbooks is I don't have enough information. I don't follow the stats. So if I put money onto something, it's a guess. And I don't like guessing. I understand that if I go in a casino and pull a slot machine, I understand I'm going up against a number randomizer, basically. But I don't have to know anything to do it. I think sportsbook, you have to have some knowledge to be a smart gambler. And I don't have that knowledge. I'm not a stats guy. I love certain sports, baseball, hockey, but I don't follow it from a stats standpoint. Never have. I just enjoy the game. I got many other things in my life I got to worry about other than whose on base percentage is the best. I just don't care. So I don't gamble sports book because I don't understand all of the things that I need to do it properly. And not even when you know, even when you do it properly, it doesn't mean you're going to win. But at least if you go in with knowledge, you feel a little better about it. Whereas if I go into a casino and I walk up to a machine, I know what happens when I plunk my money in. I win or I lose, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't play the table games simply because I don't have enough experience. I have more fun at the slots. So that's me. But again, if it's twice a year, that's a lot. Last couple of years, I've gone to Las Vegas to the SEMA show. Stayed in a hotel that had beautiful, beautiful casino. And I knew I was going to be in a hotel with a casino. So I brought a very limited amount of dollars in a gambling envelope. In other words, here's my gambling money. And it was not a lot. So when I had a little time, I'd go down to the casino floor and I'd spend maybe a half hour at the machine or machines. Sometimes I'd win, sometimes I didn't. But when I left Vegas, I left with the same money I came with, which to me was a win. If you don't leave your money there, you've won. But I'm at that point where I don't, take it or leave it. I really don't enjoy it all that much. But today we are inundated with gambling, and I just don't know how much is too much. And where all that money is coming out of the pockets of the players, what would it be used for if they didn't gamble it away? Now, listen, many, many years ago we had a tour business from 94 to 2008. And we got into the late 90s, I think it was. We had a contract with then Greektown Casino. We ran the shuttle buses from Saginaw Bay City, from Flint, and from Lansing down to Greektown. It was, and I'll be very honest, it was very lucrative. And in the beginning, we had to talk to the slots manager at Greektown, who was responsible for the motor coach programs. And he told us at the time that they could tell you to the penny on average how much they were going to make on each passenger that got off that bus. And what he said was, yes, you will have 3, 4, 5 big winners out of 50 people on the bus. The rest will lose, and this is the amount on average they will lose. And then he went about describing the passengers we would bring him. And these are, my percentages may be off by 1 or 2, but this is close to what he said. 15% of the passengers on the bus have no business being anywhere near a casino. They're spending money they cannot afford to lose. Another 20-25% of the people on the bus are playing with what he called gray money. Yeah, if they lose it, it's not going to disrupt their lifestyle, but they probably shouldn't be playing with it because they don't have a lot behind it. So that took care of about 40% of the people on the bus, to which he said the other 60% of those people have a lot more money than you think they do. It's interesting. Casinos are a science. They know exactly what they're doing. And so are all these other gambling opportunities. The lottery has an idea of how many people are going to win, how much money is going to change hands. These online booking places have the same thing. Casinos know. And you're betting against the house. Make no mistake about it. None of them are built on winners. They're all built on losers. So it's something that crossed my mind when I heard him talk about it before, and I just thought I'd ramble on about it a little bit. Take a break, come back, lines open for you, 989-752-6111.
Faith and Family Home Help Services is
open for you, 989-752-6111. I pulled this article from the Free Press this morning. I had to chuckle at it. The headline was Surprising Inhibitor of EV Adoption, according to a new report, Junky Garages. Now, you have to understand what they're saying here. What they're saying is if your garage is full of junk, it might inhibit you from buying an EV because you have no place to put the charging station inside your garage because you can't put your car in it. So they were saying that you need to change your attitude and clean out your garage if you're thinking of an EV. They talk about the various types of charging. Here's something I didn't understand, I didn't know. Did you know that a direct current fast charger, the ones that can give you 80% of your batteries charged in like a half hour, represent less than 3.85% of chargers in private networks across the U.S. and Canada. And one of the reasons is they can cost up to $70,000 to install for the fast charger. Telemetry's light-duty vehicle forecast, that's a forecast from that company, they say EVs will represent between 20 and 44% of all new vehicle sales in North America by 2035. Well, if that's the case, anywhere between 4.7 million and 31.9 million homeowners would need to install chargers. You can put them in your garage if you have room. You can put them outside your garage. Or if you don't have a garage, you can strap one onto the side of your building. And the most prevalent one is a level 2 charger, which is the kind you find in parking lots, and you'll find it at your home, if you put one in your home. And the other thing, too, is you have to make sure your home is able to support 240 volts. Most homes are, but you'd have to check that out. To our phones, Paul is in Saginaw. Paul, good morning.
Morning, Art. Art, just recently, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene in the U.S. Congress reported that Israel is providing universal health care for all their citizens, as well as free subsidized college education for all of its citizens. So my question is, how is that working, and how are they paying for it? Do you have any idea?
Nope. How it works, I assume it works well because they keep doing it. How they pay for it, I don't know what their tax structure is like. So I can't answer that question. Have no idea. I mean,
I don't either.
I never thought about it. I never realized it. But, that's their choice, and how they pay for it, they need to get the money from someplace. And like all government things, they have no money until we take it out of our pocket.
Right.
So I assume that their tax structure is such that it allows them to do it.
Well, she also reported
They also,
that,
by the way, they also
ahead.
have a big industrial base, which doesn't hurt.
She also reported that the United States Congress pays between $3.8 billion for Israel's defense budget every year, which is approximately 15 to 20% of their defense budget. But that has nothing to do with universal health care or the subsidized college education.
Yeah, so why bring it up?
Well, if she is trying to introduce a bill that would stop us from paying that $3.8 billion for their defense.
Yeah, not going to happen.
So that we'd you're absolutely right. So that we'd have more money here in the States to spend on our citizens. But like you said, it's not going to happen. So, okay, I just wondered if you had any idea about how it was working or how they're paying for it.
I assume they're paying for it with their taxes. So,
okay,
all righty, take care.
All righty,
bye.
Thank you much.
Yep.
Bye.
Let me take a moment to ask how you slept last night. You know, in this day and age, we're asked to do more for less. So, when you go to bed, and in theory, you spend a third of your life there, if you figure 8 hours a day, you need quality sleep. And you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, and it's manufactured to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world. But don't be fooled, you can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. And by the way, if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935. All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, and we'll get back to our phones. Don is in Saginaw. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you this morning?
Doing well, thanks.
Hey, you had a young lady call last week from Bay City suggesting that once in a while you do an hour of jokes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to jump on her shirt tails because a week before that you had 1 hour of nothing but positive stuff.
Right.
And Bay Valley came up a lot. but there's so much good going on in all these counties. You should do consecutive hours. Do the first hour, do one with nothing but positive thoughts, and do the second hour, there's nothing but jokes.
I will take that under.
I know there's one day that you would have 2 or 3 people probably wouldn't call in.
I will take that under advisement because I have some days in mind to do just that.
I'm glad because when she suggested that, I thought that's something I never would have thought of. But when she said that, the first thing I thought, the day you were talking about all the good stuff, I couldn't call because I was driving. And I knew that 15 million at Bay Valley kept coming up a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more than that. Look at what's going on in Hemlock, the Bay City Country Club, all the construction that's going to happen in Cottsville Township along Tittabawassee. There's so much good news going on right now. And if you could do that in consecutive hour with jokes, that would probably be the biggest audience you have every month.
Well, it's worth a shot to find out.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try.
No, well, sometimes it can, but not most of the time.
All right, young man, that's all I had. I thought maybe I'd brighten your day a little bit.
All right, Don.